Yo, what's good, everybody? RainbowFur here, back at you with another video. Yapping hours, Crimsonite, Terrellion. Let's get it popping. This time, we're going to be talking about Mortal Kombat 1. Last video, we talked about Tekken 8 and our grievances with that, as well as just everything about the game. Like I said, with Evo coming up, we are going to be talking about some of those games. And the third game we're going to do in the big three. Shut the fuck up. I know. Tongue twister type shit, but
You got it.
yeah, you got it. Is MK. Now MK is I have a personal history with that one. Check out my video. I'm kidding. I haven't made it yet, but I have a personal history. I guess Crim also kind of has personal history. I don't know. But I definitely do. So I'm gonna try to not pop off as hard as I want to, but we're gonna get right into it. Now, Terrellion doesn't know too much about the game, so we're gonna kind of guide him through.
I know enough. I know enough about Mortal Kombat.
All right. Well, the first thing that you might not know about Mortal Kombat is that it doesn't have battle passes. It has character progression. So for each character, they have their own character progression. I know. You're excited. I know. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Each character has its own character progression. It's kind of like if you play Marvel Rivals, where you have to get to Lord. Same concept. Play the character more and more, and then you get the progression more and more. Now I don't know what it's like now, but I remember when the game first started, that shit was more grindy than all the grind rails in a Tony Hawk game, bro. The holy shit. I played the game. I played Tujinko and Johnny Cage, and I barely got Tujinko to like level 7. Because the best way to grind for it at the time was doing the Crim. You can probably help me out here with this one. It's the
actually win your online matches or towers. You get more points if you win Rainbow, right? Maybe that's why I went through the character progression so fast.
Isn't it crazy how Rainbow's over here just like, Crim, help me out here, and the guy who doesn't even own the game towers? Like,
what? I couldn't think of the word, but there's another one.
You're a Mortal Kombat fan?
No.
I know about MK. I know just enough about it.
No, but I wasn't thinking towers. It was something else.
Yeah, no, character progression was a booty, but at the same time, the only thing I can give props to it is that it's free. That's sick, but it's super grindy. Like I said, you do get more points if you do win online matches. So maybe that's why I beast through it, Rainbow.
Anyway.
I actually win.
Right.
I
know like the side story thing with the fucking seasons.
But then also, I will admit, it's super grindy, but at least it wasn't as grindy as MK11. Like, oh my god. MK11 was super grindy. So,
is MK11 worse? It was better.
No, MK11 was extremely grindy.
I think that it's important for them to keep it free and grindy because it's how you keep people wanting to keep playing more and more and more.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I know they do it because they want people to keep playing the game. But like, still.
But like you said, if you're winning, then for as long as you're doing the right activities, you're gaining enough XP or whatever. Yeah, I guess it's XP to like keep leveling up.
Right.
Also, there was like little tricks and towers that you can do, which I did for Tony because I didn't want to grind, to make the level up progress like super fast. I already forgot what it was, but like, what was it?
You didn't do the other mode? The one where you like have to fight boss battles and shit?
Yeah, that's the one I did.
Yeah,
there are certain stages where you can just farm, and that's what I would do because I was like, bro, I'm not gonna play this game for like 10 hours straight just for a fucking nameplate. What?
And then they nerfed it.
Yeah, they nerfed it just so motherfuckers wouldn't farm and they would actually play the game. Like, cringe.
And it's crazy too because when you look at like the character progression, like towards the end, where you see like everything you could get, they don't even give you good skins for like the cameos.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I hate that it was such a grind, and some of the skins for any characters was nasty, very nasty.
That's what it tends to be for most games, though. I can't think of a single game where you have a character progression system and they give you something really good at the end. I can't think of a single game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also had to grind.
There's one.
What game? Like look at Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals just gives you a Lord icon.
Oh no! But I'm saying like give something good, and The Marvel Rivals
Yeah,
doesn't.
and that's actually a perfect example. That's how basically character progression worked. It's exactly like Marvel Rivals. You just keep playing the character, and then that's basically it. But the rewards were pretty cool.
Yeah, the game, after you hit max, the game just tells you, it rewards you with something that tells you play this character way too fucking much. Like, yeah. That's what their reward is.
Which you need for the character progression, but like when I say like a good skin, like they're all like just recolors. It's one thing if it's like, if it was like
an actual skin.
If it was super grindy, but they give you like something crazy good, like a good like skin of like from an old game or whatever. For like, I'm mostly talking about the cameos, because we're gonna go into the cameos and everything in a second, but the cameos, I would say it's more so important to give them a good skin at the end. If they did that, then the grind would kind of make sense, but it really fucking doesn't, because it was horrible, because cameos took far longer, and that's part of like the new gameplay system. Absolutely fucking diabolical. But I wasn't a fan, of course, which was strike number one to why this game fell off. But for me personally, it's all good.
It didn't even fall off. It's just people exaggerate the hate. The hate is very exaggerated for Mortal Kombat. It's like people hating on Cardi B's new album.
Oh my fucking god! Well, my hate isn't exaggerated, which. You know what is exaggerated? These fucking prices for the shop.
Yeah, that's a classic Rainbow transition, guys.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, like, speaking of monetization, well, I'll let Rainbow go. Why do you think it's an exaggeration?
Because there's one moment I can remember specifically. Remember, what was it? Thanksgiving? The Thanksgiving shit?
Oh yeah.
You had to pay $10 to get a fatality. A fatality you might not even use. $10. Right.
I think it was $10. I think it was like
it was $10.
I recall some of the fatalities, they overpriced them, and I don't understand that. Like fatalities should be a bonus that they just give you for buying other stuff. Like it should be a part of a bundle. You know what I mean?
It's also part of the fucking game's like.
You shouldn't be
like
gimmick.
Yeah. Like hold it. Like MK was built off good fatalities, and you're gonna sell me one for $10?
You know what's crazy? I never understood how MK, every game, only has 2 fatalities per character. I've never understood that. Like, how many Mortal Kombat games have there been? Like, at least over 15, right? So...
Yeah, that's
yeah, and every game, every character only has 2 fatalities? Why aren't they reusing...
Not every game. Not every game. Some of them have, like, 3 or 4, but you know, you say
isn't
that
it on release always 2? I remember someone said that. It's every character always gets 2.
Yeah, it's always 2, and then everybody has like a stage fatality, so it's basically like a shared fatality.
I would say in the newer games. I would say in the newer games, because in the older games you had like, I remember I think it was Deception that they had the combo fatality. Like you could just do a bunch of like mini fatalities.
I mean, every game had its own like gimmick. Well, the worst ones Armageddon, by the way.
Fatality wise, there's like a couple. Because you also got to consider brutalities, animalities, fucking.
I'm talking character exclusive though.
Right, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
isn't all of that stuff you got to pay for?
No, brutality is all. No,
sorry, not brutality. Brutality is not a fatality though. I'm not counting that.
Yeah.
I'm talking fatalities, bro. You're not listening to me. Fatalities.
Yo, and Mortal Kombat 1 only sold like 3 fatalities, which I still think it was stupid, because they were all like holiday fatalities. One for Halloween, one for Thanksgiving. But like, still, you shouldn't be paying for fatality.
I mean, if you do, it was way more than just the fatality. You could give us like,
it has to be a bundle
them or some shit. But like they literally said for one fatality. Like
I will agree with you. The fatalities was actually like a retarded decision. You don't sell that. It's your game's main thing. But the skins, I was thinking about it. I don't think it's that bad anymore, because they were just basically like people were mad because I gotta buy this skin. It's like, and at first I was like, yeah, it kind of sucked, but then every game is doing it. And then once you compare like Mortal Kombat to every other game, their sales prices for the skins were pretty much the same. So that's why I meant like some of the exaggeration was hated. because people would make it seem so bad. $10 for this Deadly Alliance skin for Scorpion, and then it's like, dude, you're getting the skin, and then you're getting a bunch of like 10 different variants of that skin, or some games
Various
like
just colors.
yeah. And
If
it's
it was
like
$5, it wouldn't be an issue, but it was 10.
okay, and Street Fighter skins are basically the same too.
You don't even have to look at Street Fighter's close, but you can just look at
and even
Fortnite.
if you like,
look at Fortnite, isn't Fortnite selling you single individual skins for like $20, something like that?
Yeah. And then also
bundles
fighting games.
Isn't the Lethal Company skin like $20 and the game is 10? Wasn't that like wasn't that an issue?
Wasn't it like a
Overwatch skins go for $20. Marvel Rivals skins goes for $20. So then when I was thinking about that, I'm like, all right, you know what? Once I think about it, Mortal Kombat isn't that bad, at least when it comes to skin.
We're not doing anything different.
Right, which is true. Don't get me wrong. Hey, I actually agree with you on that when you consider that. But remember the conversation we had last video of like the barrier to entry is $60 for a fighting game.
I guess.
Lower it a little bit more. I'm not saying like it has to be like fucking $2 or some shit. Five at like minimum, right? Like $5.
I know. I might sound like a broke fuck, but bring back the good old days when you had to unlock shit instead of buy shit over and over.
You already fucking know.
Yeah, like
we're not in that day and age no more.
In the game, knowing you're good at it, and then be like, oh, look at the skin I unlocked because I'm this good at the game. But nope, now everybody just gets the skin because you buy it for $5.
I think what they need to do is they need to figure out, and this is kind of universal, not just towards Mortal Kombat, but honestly, Mortal Kombat definitely needs to take this advice into consideration here, because fighting games need to decide whether characters will be free forever and they're only going to charge you for cosmetics, or they're going to charge you just for characters and cosmetics will be for free. You know, like fighting games have to do that, in my opinion.
Especially nowadays, yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather buy skins than characters. It makes more sense.
Characters should be free. Like every new character that comes out, everybody gains access to it. I'm not gonna get into it. Continue.
But yeah,
here, buy
the whole conversation right now.
Yeah, I mean a whole other conversation. I don't want to get into it.
I was about to say
the only game that's doing it correctly is Smash Brothers, where you gotta unlock the characters.
That's a little different.
I mean,
base roster was phenomenal though, but you still had to pay for DLC.
I mean, the moves that
DLC.
And then the best characters for DLC, right? Like Minecraft stuff, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like I said, best characters, and then proceed to say Minecraft.
Hey,
is he not one of the best characters? Him and Joker or something? Aren't they so broken?
Oh, you're talking about tier-wise. I thought you were talking about
tier-wise.
Never mind.
But that's the conversation that we would love to get into. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see that conversation, hey, hit it up, because
we should for sure do a Smash video. We definitely gotta do that.
Oh no, but a video about like fighting games and like how they should monetize and shit too.
Yeah,
like cause that was crazy.
But yeah, that's my take on it. Mortal Kombat monetization, actually not that bad, because it's pretty average, standard shit that every company is doing. It's just the payment for fatalities.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like that's like Street Fighter charging for a critical art. Like what?
And I know someone who would buy it.
Hey, shut the fuck up, bro.
I hope you're not referring to me, because as much as I love Mortal Kombat, I did not buy any of the holiday fatalities.
Rainbow would buy the critical arts. Rainbow would buy the critical arts. You would be dumb enough, Crim, to buy all the banners.
Okay, maybe.
All right. That's the fuck up, bro.
Anyways, Rainbow.
Well, look, here's another monetization we need to talk about. That's the fucking DLC. I have both Combat Pack 1 and Combat Pack 2. Combat Pack 1 is on the top. Combat Pack 2 is on the bottom.
Should I just give my thoughts, since I don't even play the game unlike you guys? I'll give my quick thoughts, and then you guys can go in for it.
For the Combat Packs for both of them? Yeah.
Yeah, alright. And I would say this for both of you guys too. Just give both of your thoughts on both the Combat Packs. We'll just knock it out quick. Or I will, at least. Real quick, Combat Pack 1, honestly, Homelander and Omni-Man didn't make sense to come in a combo like that. They're both Superman-style characters. It's just really dumb to give two Superman-style characters just because they're the most popular mainstream shows at the time. It's really dumb. Should have just been one or the other. And honestly, it should have just been Omni-Man, but whatever. I like both of those characters, and I watch both of those shows. Should have been both. And then what's his name? Peacemaker. I've seen that show as well. That show sucks, but that character, honestly, I think he's okay, he's cool, whatever, but just stupid. He shouldn't have made it into the game. Like just
I honestly feel like
slots.
Peacemaker was one of the most random things.
Yeah, he was really random. But there you go. Takeda, cool. Should have been a base roster. And then everybody else, like all the actual MK characters, make sense. It's just the guest characters, like, what? No, we didn't need all that. Just Omni-Man.
Not the best choice.
Not the best choices. Omni-Man made sense though. Second pass. Jesus. My cyborgs, bro. They turned them female.
I was waiting for the comments, so you know how you said, "Oh, I'm gonna make this quick." Yeah, so you can keep speaking for another like 10 minutes about that.
No, I'm gonna make it quick because it's gonna get brought up again anyways. I know, Crip. They turned my cyborgs female. You know how long people have been asking for Cyrax and Sector to come back to the game, and then when they finally come back, they're women. Lame. Anyways, the guest.
Not my Cyrax.
Yeah, that ain't my Cyrax or my Sector. The guest characters here, like Conan, who gives a shit? He looks cool though with the whole sword swinging shit. He looks dope, but like nobody wanted him. And then the T-1000, he actually looks really cool. I'm not gonna fucking lie. But another character that was just like, why, dude? Like, get with the times. Read the room. Like, you know your audience. Or maybe he does. Maybe the audience is a lot older, so I could be wrong on that. Who's the guy at the far left? Scream, the Scream guy, right? Ghostface. Sorry, I'm not a horror fan. That meant nothing to me. Sorry. And then another Mortal Kombat character. Who is this? Noob? Not Noob. Who is this?
Yeah, that's Noob.
This Noob? Noob Saibot should have been in the base roster, but he's just like Noob is like Akuma. He's like the Akuma of this verse, where they always gotta sell him as DLC. Even though everybody loves the character, always DLC. Go ahead, guys.
He was based in MK11.
Yeah, I think that was like the first time, right? In a long time.
Oh yeah. He was my main. That's the only.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
All right, Rainbow, you go ahead.
Because we know yours gonna be the next 30 minutes. Got you.
You already know Minority first.
Good lord. So first combat pack, I agree with you. Like 2 Superman characters. If you wanted Homelander, at least like move him to the second, and then move one of the other ones, like maybe Conan to the first combat pack or something. Like just
get rid of Conan's entirely.
Yeah. Okay. Now your turn again. No. Because like when you play them in the game, they play a little different. Like it's actually like kind of crazy that they made it a little bit different, but even then it's like when you first saw, because they showed the whole combat pack, so when you first see it, you just see 2 Superman flying characters, and if you played Injustice, you're just kind of like, oh, 2 of them at the same time, whoa, right? I don't really like Ermac's design, but I'm glad he's in the game, even though he should have been base roster, but whatever. Quan Chi, I hate him story mode wise, but also should have been base roster, but whatever. Peacemaker, he looked like, when I saw his gameplay, he looked like RoboCop from MK11. My god. he just like full screen, shoot gun, throw hawk, like shoot spit dart. Like that was his whole game. Takeda, one of the best new characters in recent MK history. I don't care. You know, close second being like Kung Jin and like Cassie Cage, but like Takeda, he's Cassie Cage. Yeah, okay, I know. White woman, snow bunny. Yeah, okay. He's the goat, but oh my gosh, it's a whole thing with him. For me personally, coming back to once again, Noob Saibot should have been base roster, or honestly, based on how they went with the story mode, honestly should not have been in the game at all. Should not have been in the game. Just like the DLC for the story mode should not have existed, but I'm not gonna get into that too much. Unless y'all want me to, which shoutouts. They always have to have a horror icon, so Ghostface made sense. And it actually has, if y'all play the older MKs, Kira and Cobra are in Ghostface's move set, which I thought was pretty cool. Like they have like the same moves. It's not like like you see their face, like you see it based on the moves. Conan, okay. Like I said, it's one of those things where it's just like MK is like a older audience, so like the older audience is gonna be like, oh shit, Conan? Oh my gosh, thank you for putting him in the game, like T1000, which the T1000 look cool. Like MK guest characters always look cool in some form or fashion. Like they make the character like true to form.
Yeah,
actually like
they're
look
really
cool.
good at that.
But then it's the character they. that's the story. That's the difference, though. It's the character they chose that, like, the character they choose doesn't make sense. But then when you see the trailer, it's like, oh, this shit makes sense. Like, why do we have another Terminator character? But you see his gameplay, and you're like, okay, this looks cool though.
Yeah.
Sector and Cyrax, out of all for the general populace, that was like the biggest like controversy. For me, look, I want my Sector, my Cyrax, but I felt it was whatever. Personally, only because at least they're in the game and they actually kind of look cool. Like they're not just robot cyborg that like have do cool moves and shit. But premise-wise and everything, like I said, just because it's new Sector and Cyrax they're in the game because of the DLC, because the DLC was literally the combat pack. And yeah, at least should have been the next game because of how they set up the story mode. But like I said, I'm going based on story mode for the second combat pack. So
story mode.
Get it up.
We got it.
Story mode.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I know.
People playing fighting games for story mode. Jesus. Go on, Rainbow.
I was done, bitch. So now you can say you're
Oh, Rainbow's finally done. Holy shit! All right.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Go ahead. We'll spend another 30 minutes with Crim. So go ahead, bro.
Yeah. All right. So honestly, the way I thought of it is both combat packs were mid as fuck because half of it was good, half of it was bad. Especially Combat Pack 1, I did like Omni-Man, I'm not gonna lie. But again, just like how both of you already said, 2 Superman-like characters in 1 Combat Pack, like really? I did like Omni-Man though as a starter, and I actually think he was better from the 2. Like playstyle-wise, he was so much more fun than Homelander. Homelander is just super boring, just laser. And then you mix up that laser because it's safe as fuck. It's so stupid. But Omni-Man was a sick choice. I will admit, it was a sick choice. But just the fact that they brought Homelander, it was so stupid.
He was sick until he started dropping on you over and over again.
Yeah. Quan Chi. Now, I don't care about the story, but Quan Chi was my boy. Oh my god. It sucks that he's one of the worst characters in the game, but he's super cool, dude.
Is that the name of your cat?
No, it's Goro. Oh, that's the name of this guy.
So yeah, cool, but I tried to pick up Quan Chi. I have him like a pocket. He is one of my favorite characters in the entire game, and that's because he's both Zoni and setup. So, and you already know how I like my Zoni setup characters. Ermac, good choice. He's my second favorite ninja. First one being Rainbow. Noob. So I was looking at Rainbow when I said that.
It's not Rainbow, it's Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd.
Oh, Floyd, yeah, Floyd. Yeah. Should have been a playable character, by the way. Like Omega Rugal. Ermac was cool, though. I like him. I honestly think, now that I'm comparing the two, maybe Combat Pack 1 was better.
It was.
No, the only problem with Combat Pack 1, now that I'm looking at it, is Homelander. Homelander, I was not hyped at all. Maybe it's because I haven't seen the boys. But at the same time, it's just I know that they're both Superman characters. And then just looking at the gameplay, when I saw the trailers, when I saw like people play the character, Homelander, it was just like a bunch of lasers. That's basically it. And this shit's boring. Peacemaker, again, like Rainbow said, is like RoboCop. You brought a whole guest character just to shoot guns and then jump over a fucking eagle all game. That's mad boring. Eagle. And then Takeda, I think, I don't know how I feel about him. Because I honestly didn't play him because I took a break from Mortal Kombat and that was when Takeda released. So I don't know how I feel about him, to be honest. I think bringing him is pretty cool though because he is I know how fans feel about him. Season 2. Cyrex, Sector, and Noob. I like the fact that all 3 of them dropped at once. That one was sick because it was like no other game has done that. But they did Wokify my Cyrex and Sector.
Yeah.
And if you don't know,
they dropped.
I'm not gonna go on it.
I remember that.
But if you don't know, me personally, Cyrex has always been my main in every Mortal Kombat game. I don't know why, I just always love that character. But then what they did to her now, it's like, bruh. But I won't. I'm not like a 100% hater, because I will admit the only thing I'll give props to is I do like the fact that it's I think High Gear is pretty cool and all, but Robots is always going to be better. And also, the only reason why I say Wokify Rainbow is because I don't know if you would see online, but people would cry online saying that, oh wow, all the Combat Pack 1 is just men. Where are the female characters? And even, I'm not the only one saying this, a lot of people will tell you that they probably made Cyrex and Sector female just so they can say, hey look, we got female characters. Because if you look at the rest of Combat Pack 2, everybody else is a male.
Ooh, I didn't notice.
So they had
testosterone there.
So basically, for 2 seasons, all DLC characters were men, and that got fans upset. Like, where are the women? So that's why they made Cyrex and Sector a woman. And I'm like, dude, you fell for that shit. You really changed one of my favorite characters because of that.
Where's Jade? I got you.
Yeah. So. Noob Saibot, again, I really like the character, and as I mentioned earlier, I mained him in Mortal Kombat 11. Always one of my favorite characters as well. He's just super swaggy, super cool. But I will admit, even though I'm not really big on story modes when it comes to fighting games, I just felt like Noob felt kind of random in this game, and it did feel like just fan service. And I haven't seen or played the story of Mortal Kombat 1 because Rainbow did explain it to me. I'm like, oh yeah, that's super random. Like, Noob just felt like he was just thrown into there. Ghostface. Ghostface is actually my favorite characters from both packs. It made me consider dropping Katana. I think I might drop Katana because I still play Mortal Kombat. Ghostface is so fucking fun. And then me personally, I do like my horror slasher films. So I thought this was a great pick. Might be a little biased, but excellent choice. But I still think it would have been cooler if he dropped Nintendo because that's where all the horror icons were. But other than that, I love Ghostface. Conan was basically when I'm a wasted slot competition and my opponent is Conan or Tanya. Like, it was a giant wasted slot, dude. No one wanted Conan except old heads with that are balding and with neck beards. And then T1000. T1000 is one of those characters where it's like, I don't know how I feel about him because I never saw Terminator. But I will admit, yeah, I saw the trailer. I'm like, oh shit, that's sick as fuck. Yeah. So at least even though I haven't seen the movie, at least his gameplay looks raw. I was just watching it. I'm like, oh, that's sick as fuck. But he deconfirmed Cabal. He has the Cabal attack. Yeah, those are the attacks. Yeah. In short, both combat picks were mid because half of them was good, and then the other half.
Well, apparently, I kind of agree. Terminator 2 is one of the greatest movies of all time, so you should watch it. That's where he's from.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, probably. Anyway, but yeah, that's our opinions about that. I'm sure we could probably have a whole other video about our grievances and everything specifically to this as well as story mode, because that's a whole thing. But we're gonna move on to something else. We're gonna have a little bit of help courtesy of the cameo system. So for those who don't know, who haven't played, I know it's not the best transition, whatever.
I know, you stop trying to force a transition for starters. Secondly, we're hitting the 30-minute marker. Do we really want to sit here and talk about all these different individual cameo characters, or should we just talk about the cameo system?
No, just cameo system.
Okay.
Because I'm sure you can show off all the cameos that are there. Honestly, a lot of the cameos that are there have the same idea of grievances and everything are from the combat pack. So, like I said, that could be a whole other video.
I was gonna say like, or did you want to start?
Oh, I'll just jump in on this. I'd say, if you guys want.
Yeah. So,
that's
well,
fine.
For those who don't know, or haven't played, Mortal Kombat always has a different system in every game they've made. So like MK11, for example, had the whole attack meter and defense meter. So like that's where you get your breaks if you do defense, or EXs for attacks and everything. So for this game, they have the cameo system. Basically being a tag fighter, but not really. You'll get like some moves off of them, like assists to extend combos or setups and all that good stuff. So MK always changes some shit based on that. I think the cameo system's cool, just because it's like something different, brings something different to the table.
You're always into this whole like, oh yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
But hold on, you didn't let me finish my fucking sentence. All right, I didn't put a period, I put a comma. But they changed, like the way it's designed is kind of strange, because I don't know, for anyone who really knows Mortal Kombat like that, they always switch. For some reason, they always switch characters' moves, like the way to input them, different. It's so weird. Like if you see like Sub-Zero's fireball, it's always something different for some reason. And I think that's probably one of the reasons that it got changed, was because of the cameo system. So like if you play Sub-Zero for every game, you're gonna have to relearn how to do the input for that character because of the cameo, but also because they always change it. Some cameos are better than others. Some of them have more moves than others. It's kind of weird. Like they're not balanced correctly. But I still think
applies to literally every character in any fighting game. Like this isn't exclusive to cameos. Of course, it's going to be.
Well, in the system that they put it in, like that's where it applies. But also, like the cameo choices they have kind of piss me off.
Okay.
I can kind of see what Rainbow's getting at.
I get what he's getting at. He's getting at wasting our time.
Anyway,
so let me just quickly say this though.
Wow, what a great transition, bitch.
I'm not trying to transition. It's just yap. Like we're yapping hours, but you're yapping a little bit too much for me. Speed it up. Come on. Let me just say this here. Cameos was a big mistake. They should not have decided to go in this direction. Mortal Kombat is typically a 1v1 fighting game. And they're going in a horrible direction here doing this cameo shit. The cameo stuff is like Smash Bros. Assist trophies. It's just the deconfirmed roster. All the characters that people wanted and really were like, oh my god, I can't wait for them to come to the game. They're giving it to us, or giving it to you guys rather, because I didn't buy it or play it. But they're giving it to you guys through cameos. Hooray! You get to like press a single button and call them in to have them do an attack, but you don't actually get to use them like physically and control them.
The Mortal Kombat retirement home.
And on top of that, to make it even worse, like you're already giving people a cameo system, which is the deconfirmed roster, but you're also giving people characters that are already in the base roster. You're giving it another Scorpion, you're giving it another Sub-Zero. Like, why? It should just, the whole cameo characters should just be characters that didn't make it into the base roster, not reused characters here. They completely fucked up. There's even a female Johnny Cage. I mean, you guys know how I am with the female characters. You're giving a female Johnny Cage when you could have given so many characters from Armageddon. Like, I'm not gonna go too far deep into it, but it's a stupid system. They already like iffy top 3 fighting game. Not gonna get into it.
They already baited us with deception and shit. Dude, I would be pissed if they baited us with like Armageddon shit, bro. Like I said, half this roster cameo and characters kind of pissed me off.
Where's Meat?
Okay, they're good. Like
that was the hardest anyways I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me. We want fucking Draman and Mocap.
Yeah, Mocap, bro. Where's Mocap?
No, yeah. Put Draman, but with a meat skin. They basically the same fucking character.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did you like the cameo system, Crim? You like it?
At first, it was like mixed feelings, but then towards the end, I don't like it. The only reason why I had mixed feelings, was because it was fun labbing out. Like there was so much shit to discover, like, oh, you can do this, but then after a lot of like labbing, most cameos are just basically the same shit, combo and they're make an unsafe move safe.
Yeah, that's how it is for every fighting game, pretty much. Whenever you get into it, the new mechanics are exciting to learn and figure out and find out like what's broken and what you can abuse and whatnot. And then once the game's meta forms, you end up realizing, holy shit, I hate this system. It's annoying.
Yeah.
This is broken. That's broken. Blah blah blah.
And I think what Rainbow was trying to get at, maybe you can maybe correct me if I'm wrong here, but what I was it got to the point where like after you play the game so much, and let's say you're trying to play like at a more competitive level, it was literally came to the point it's like, why are you even running this cameo when this cameo exists? It's like it got to the point where like you should be running this cameo or else you're asked to.
Yeah, I hated that shit.
Yeah. And that's why and then once I figured that, I'm like, oh yeah, this cameo low-key kind of fucking sucks. And then some of them were just game breaking. Like if Rainbow recalls, like day one Mortal Kombat 1, everyone was running Raiden and Cyrax because that shit was just retarded, broken. And it's like, dude, you made this whole system and you guys overlooked it. And then now in the end, instead of like discovering all this new shit, everybody's just running the same shit over and over again. Like, why run fucking Sonya? Why run like certain characters? Like, why run Shijinko unless you were trying to be different?
The more you put in a funny game, the more unbalanced it's gonna be.
Yeah, and then what like Terrell said, the reason why Terrell said, just to keep it shorter, he basically took the words right out of my mouth. All these characters could have just been characters, but no, you guys just deconfirmed it.
Deconfirmed characters, kind of.
Yeah, and then like Sonya, for example, Jax is a deconfirmed character. Frost, like they're all just cameo characters, and then mind you, these are all characters that were in Mortal Kombat history. That's basically been in every Mortal Kombat game, and then all of a sudden they're just fucking cameos. Like, why? Some of these are fan favorites.
Yeah, like how are you gonna make a game called Mortal Kombat 1, which feels like it should be a restart of Mortal Kombat as a whole, and you're not even gonna include the characters that made Mortal Kombat what Mortal Kombat is? Kind of insane. Like even Street Fighter 6 got that shit right. Street Fighter 6 brought like all the OG Street Fighter characters. I don't know. But
so in the end, it's like the cameo system was so bad. It should have just been a 1 versus 1, no cameos, and all these characters except the ones that are already returning with Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Kung Lao. The rest of them should have just been fucking characters.
Yeah, I agree. Also, we're at 37 minutes.
Hey, and this is why we're called the Yapping Hours, ladies and gentlemen. This is why. Which, hey, if you can't come this far, thank you for sticking around. We appreciate it. I know that there might be some MK fans out there who watch this video who might have more divisive opinions than we do, or might say that we're stupid. And if you feel that way, please comment it down below. We'd love to hear from you. We love to talk to our community. But honestly, I think that's kind of it right now. Like I said, I have a lot more grievances outside of just the game. There's a story mode, but like I said, that could be a whole thing.
I'll boil it down to this because Rainbow's gonna yap us another 2
No.
minutes.
Yeah.
I got this, Rainbow. I got this. Look, if anybody else has anything they want, look.
Never mind. Go on, Terrellion.
If there's anything else people want us to talk about, or if you believe we missed out on something, let us know in the comments. We'll do a part 2 if it's necessary.
I was gonna say that, but yeah.
No, you were gonna say that in like 3 additional minutes. Anyways, we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Appreciate everybody for watching. Until next time, and shout outs to Sikander.